Hey, welcome back to Joe and Tell. It's a date day. It is Thanksgiving Day, and we have done, well, you have done mostly all the prep.
Thanks for the correction, because
Yeah.
I was gonna just swallow it.
No, I assisted with a lot of not
You have
cooking.
intermittent moments of like lots, like you just go for it.
Yeah, I did a lot of cleaning this morning, and my contribution was a pecan pie. But that's about it. You and our daughter did most of the prep cook, so we are sitting out here taking a deep breath before, I guess it's the calm before the storm. It's a good storm.
Bong bong. That's the most accurate
Christmas
moment
vacation.
on film.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way really. I mean, it's just it gets crazy. Like it's just commotion and like energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like
Loud.
No.
Yeah.
And that's with either of our sides.
Sure. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You are an amazing cook, and it's a lot of fun to eat all the different delicious dishes.
We'll see. It's been a hard run the past couple weeks, so yeah, I think I did my best. I had a great little sous chef.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna open a restaurant someday, so look out for that.
Mm.
According to her. Yeah, this is a great. On average, this is one of my favorites. We've talked about it in a previous video.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy Thanksgiving. For the Macy's parade was quite enjoyable this morning. I've realized that it's not a matter of necessarily watching it, but having it on, and then in those moments where you hear that there's like a certain balloon or act, or then you just kind of watch it.
Catching the moments you want to see.
But we actually left it on the entire time, and then our daughter and I almost got teary when we saw Mr. Claus at the end. Mrs. Claus was there, but it was the teacher from Abbott Elementary, and so it kind of threw off our child a little bit. She was like, I can't wait to see Mrs. Claus. You never see her. And then she was a black woman from a TV show, and it really threw her for a loop of like, wait a second, that's not what I anticipated.
Yeah. Not
to say that perhaps Mrs. Claus isn't African American, because she very well may.
I was going to ask you, what is one of your like top things?
Hey, by the way, I'm proud of you. You did not leave me hanging to talk while you lit your cigar. You actually didn't even say, hang on, you do that while I light this. That's a first.
Oh, well, thank you.
But you're doing a really good job making dog sound effects while I'm talking. And that is impressive in itself.
My ventriloquism. Yeah, there's apparently somebody's walking their dog or something, so the neighbor's dogs are going crazy.
What were you going to ask me? I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just want to tell you that I enjoyed that.
Thank you. I want to know what your number one food item on Thanksgiving Day. Stuffing. That was no hesitation whatsoever. That was immediate, folks. Stuffing.
It's always stuffing because it's good when you have it with Thanksgiving. It's good with gravy. It's also good later that night when you want to just pick at some leftovers because you actually like want to eat them instead of like you eat them. You've been with them all day. I don't think
Are we talking about stuffing or the family? Or what?
I'm not going to eat our family, but I am exhausted after being with them all day.
You want to eat the family at the end of the day.
I don't ever really appreciate Thanksgiving dinner the day of Thanksgiving. I enjoy the preparation of it. I enjoy the sitting down to pretend like you're enjoying it while you're having conversation and beverages. But then I really enjoy it either that night when I pick at leftovers or eating it that week.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
The leftover, most food, leftover is almost always better than the original.
Ooh, a lot of people would argue on that. I know a lot of people that will not eat leftovers.
Well, yeah, that's true. When I said that, I was thinking more of like, I guess, soups, like chili and all that. To me, it's always better like the next day.
Oh, I agree, because it sits and, well, yeah, things do have more flavor. It depends on what it is. It does.
So stuffing is yours.
That is my favorite, but only a certain,
do you do it inside the turkey?
No.
No, because that's apparently now a bad thing. So.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I did watch that documentary, Big Good Butcher Pie.
That one
about being able to not talk and speak English.
Yeah, it's from eating stuffing out of a turkey.
No, I just watched that poison documentary about E. coli and salmonella, and it was terrifying. It's not going to keep me from eating turkey today, but
nor should it.
We've never done that in my family. We always bake it in a dish separately and then stuff the turkey with all the stuff that you would want stuff that you would want to flavor your soup after, because I always make soup out of the turkey carcass.
Oh yeah. Didn't we do that with a smoked turkey one
I
year?
did not like that. We did not like that.
We didn't. It was just overly.
I don't like smoky flavor.
In
If
soup?
I'm being honest, unless
like it in
I'm having like
barbecue.
a smoked
Right,
meat
right.
as
But-
itself.
But as soup, no.
Mm-mm. And I also
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that the stuffing that I really enjoy is made with cornbread and sausage,
What kind of sausage?
pork sausage.
Sound like you were getting a little teary-eyed when you said that.
Pork.
It means a lot to you.
It really does.
So that is your favorite food item. What is your favorite dessert item?
Well, there's nothing better than Joey's pecan pie.
Whatever. Seriously.
I really do. I love that pie. I also am a sucker for any cream pie. I don't like fruit pies. Never really have.
So, a cream pie or pecan pie? No
I like a pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie, yeah.
Again, one of those things I appreciate after. I don't enjoy necessarily the pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving time. But we had one in the freezer for what, like 5 to 10 years that we just made.
Something like
We
that.
made it this week.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make it intentionally before Thanksgiving to enjoy it, because I didn't know if we'd actually have one on Thanksgiving. But regardless, knew I would enjoy it more leading up. And we have. The kids and I have eaten it and played games. And
Played games with the pie?
our daughter uses it as a vehicle for whipped cream and pretend she eats the pie.
Yes, true. She often does that with many things. So
What is yours?
I was going to say,
Ooh, I know.
Okay.
Never mind.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not going to guess.
No, guess.
No, it's just being obnoxious. Go ahead. Share your heart.
My favorite is going to be sweet potatoes. Medallion sweet potatoes. And I don't necessarily need them with all the marshmallow.
I don't like
And
the
stuff,
marshmallow
but I
either.
do
That's
like-
very traditional,
I
but I
like-
don't. It's too
yeah.
sweet.
I
A
do
different
like
sweet.
brown sugar and butter. Almost makes that like syrup.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can't go. It's like dessert for dinner.
I made a good. I tweaked them a little bit this year, not in a weird way to where you're gonna be like, oh man, like where it's a bummer, like chili when you put
Yeah.
weird stuff in it.
I added bacon in it. You
No,
like bacon?
We did. We did butter, a little kosher salt pinch, brown sugar, and then a little of the natural maple syrup.
Mm.
And then we stirred it, and then we poured it all over. And we'll bake those up. I did a lot of pre-cook this year that I am not sorry about. Because it's so much, like, I want to enjoy it. Again, it kind of goes back to that, like, after work maintenance cooking. It's like, once you've been, like, tired and then you're doing it, your heart isn't in it.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that our daughter likes to cook.
Yeah, that's great. It's awesome seeing you two guys together.
It's
Their
really fun.
Little aprons on, and she eats more than she cooks. But
She's really very messy, but it's fine.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see.
I would rather be in the kitchen experimenting and being excited about her creativity than to not be in there.
Yeah.
So
I really appreciate
fine.
that about you. And like I said, it's really fun to see. If I had to choose a dessert, it would have to probably be. I mean, it was always pumpkin pie. I'm a traditional person, but it's as I've become an adult, it's kind of just kind of okay. Like I would
Pumpkin pie?
Yeah, I would
know.
rather.
I'm
I would
not
rather.
wowed by it anymore.
I like the pecan pie is like texturally different,
Yeah.
and it has like an intense like wow factor to me.
You and I are both big on texture enjoyment.
whereas
That's the thing I like about pecan pie, though. Yeah.
yeah, so that would probably be mine. So
I also like a variation of a pumpkin dessert, like a pumpkin cheesecake is nice.
Mhm.
Like something that maybe tweaks it or takes it up a notch.
yeah, I had a really good. I think it was probably at a church or something. I had a really good like somebody made a sweet potato casserole kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they
And
had
they
like
have pecans on it. And
uh-huh,
stuff,
crumbled
and like
pecans.
A crust. Is
Oh
there
my
a crust?
gosh.
That's a sweet potato pie.
I don't think it's a crust. No, it wasn't a pie. It was definitely like a casserole, but it was really good.
I do like a sweet potato pie, or I guess it could be a casserole where people lay out the pie crust and then do the sweet potato, which would be like what you would do with a pumpkin pie, I guess, essentially.
yeah.
Mashed, right? And then you
Sweet potato
top
pie.
it with like a pecan brown sugar topping.
Mm.
I like that. I don't like marshmallow. I don't think I like marshmallow, the end.
Opposite of our daughter.
I mean, I'm even okay with like a Rice Krispie treat, but I could take or leave it.
she could live off marshmallows. Well, if you could technically live off them, she would.
Could you live off a marshmallow? It's got no nutritional value.
Mm-mm. I think that it would either prevent you from ever pooping.
Really?
Or
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like it would be so like
What if you pooped like
heavy.
marshmallow cream? Like it's like the Stay Puff.
comes out just like big.
It was fun. So one of the fun things we did yesterday. So when I was a kid, I clearly remember, and I'm sure I've told you this, Joe, but I don't know. When I was probably like, gosh, I don't know, 4 or 5, we were driving back from the grocery store. I was in the back seat. I was an only child. I must have been like 3 or 4 because I was an only child. My parents had an egg fight on the way home from the grocery store.
I do remember you telling me that.
I can't remember who. It was probably my mom that started it because my dad was driving the car. Opened the dozen eggs and then smashed one, I think, in the back of his head. And then he did one on her chest. And then it was just like the dozen eggs were gone. Like by the time we got back. And I was telling our daughter that last night. And we had this whole thing of like when you crack an egg, that satisfying, like being able to hit an egg on the counter, which turned into us smashing eggs on the counter just for fun, which then we went outside on our deck and threw them down to the fire pit, which is surrounded by like concrete blocks, and watching and like hearing that sound was super entertaining. Then we ran out while you were smoking a pipe and pretended like we weren't doing anything wrong. It was cute how we were both like, nothing.
Yeah, they both came running out of the front.
In our matching aprons.
They came out running out of the front of the house in matching aprons. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? And at the exact same time, they're both like, nothing.
Nothing.
They went down to the
And
street.
she had them hidden in her little apron pocket.
They went down the street. And then they came back right after that. And like, and then our daughter was like, we may have not thrown eggs against the street. I'm like, okay.
And then later, the kids and I went for a walk. And so there's a theory that you can't actually like squeeze an egg and break it.
With one hand.
With one hand.
Yeah.
I can't do it. She couldn't do it. Our son did it.
Yeah.
And then we decided he's a superhero or maybe a robot.
I would go for probably robot.
Probably a robot.
Yeah.
Because the mannerisms are also robotic. It does not say much.
Yeah. I will crush eggs.
But then we enjoyed a different variation of crushing eggs where we threw them as high as we could into the air and then enjoyed what sound and aesthetic came from them falling onto the concrete.
Mm.
All in all,
Pretty successful walk.
successful prep cook day.
So that leads me to my next thing I wanted to talk about is that because this will be going up most likely, the day after Thanksgiving or whatnot. Thoughts on Black Friday?
Is that a politically correct holiday?
Other thoughts on Black Friday? The Friday where all the stores are in the black, aka positive.
Yes. So lay it on me more specifically. Do I...
Like, would you ever be one to go stand in line at 3 a.m. for some item that you had your eye on because it's going to get you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Here's my thoughts on Black Friday. The idea of getting with some people that I love and want to like hang out with for the day and like go shopping and possibly get a deal, and possibly would be the emphasis I would put on that. That would be fun. Maybe have like an adult beverage and go to a fun place for lunch and like make a memory of it.
Yeah, make a day and make a date.
I will not go in the middle of the night and sit in a line, freezing my tail off, waiting for something that maybe I want. And that you know me, I'm not materialistic, so nothing means enough for that.
Well, and sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You did not. I
Okay.
was very much done.
And as I am realizing, like, a lot of the stuff, I mean, there are a couple of really good deals sometimes, but most of the stuff that you think you're getting a deal on is like stuff that doesn't sell. That the stores are trying to get rid of.
And we're also in
not
Cyber Monday. Now that we've got the internet.
It's not the greatest deal anyway. But I have stood out before in the past. When the original Nintendo Wii came out, and they were impossible.
About bourbon.
No, well, that too, but they were impossible to find anywhere. I went and stood out in front of GameStop at like 3 a.m.
Do you remember how many times we would leave your mom's and we would drive by Best Buy just as a part of entertainment to see how many people were already out there after Thanksgiving dinner?
It was like
who is doing that?
9 p.m. in the evening.
And that makes me sad.
The line was around the building. But
there were also a lot of people at the dance stadium, but that's a whole other sadness.
Yeah. Dance stadium, aka
strip club.
Yes. Our daughter calls it the dance stadium, which is really cute. But anyway,
she doesn't know what it is. It just got flashy lights, and we told her that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just want to preface that she doesn't call it that because it's a cute name she came up with for, you know.
Yeah, she has no idea what goes on there. In fact, yeah, never mind. Anyway, so the Wii had just come out and you couldn't find it anywhere. So I got there at 4 a.m. and I was like fourth in line, and the store didn't open until 7. And by the time the store opened, there was probably 20 people in line, if not more. And they had, I think,
When was this? What year would that have been?
oh man, 2004 maybe.
Oh, okay.
2005, 6, something like that. But the point being is that they had like, I think they got like 7 Wii's in, and I was number 4.
Wow.
So yeah, I was able to get that. And
where is it now?
The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the Wii. It's in a box because it was
Used or unused? Like, are we using it?
no, we're using the Wii U.
Yeah.
Still, the
See,
kids,
that's a thing.
The
like,
kids play that, but
I don't know.
anyway, all that to say, like the Black Friday. Oh, the other thing I would do is, for a long time, I would go out because if you guys are anybody is a big micro beer fan or whatever, Goose Island releases their Bourbon County Stout every Black Friday, and so
Do they still do that?
Yeah, it'll be out tomorrow.
You haven't done that in a long time.
No, I haven't.
Probably like 5 years.
It's been a while. I was really, really hardcore into it. And then I just I'm like, it's all kind of just the same stuff over and over. I'm like, I'm kind of done.
Like
and
tobacco or
no,
pipes.
that's all different and delicious. But the point, like, and also too, I was like, I don't necessarily, if you get the regular ones and they're like $15 a bottle, and then the specialty ones, the ones that everybody tries to get, they want like $25 for a bottle of beer. And I'm like, I just don't want to.
We have done that, but then you sit back
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm gonna urinate, and then it's gone. Because that's what happened. And there's the urinate.
Yeah.
Urinate.
Urinate.
That's not even a word.
So yeah, I've been known to do that from time to time with deals and whatnot. But like you said, Cyber Monday now, and it's really all online stuff. Once Thanksgiving and Black Friday, once Thanksgiving week hits, all the store it's just like mad dash sales.
Well, I feel like now people are competing. Why can't I speak correctly? Now I feel like people are competing now. That it's like Cyber November, or it's
Yeah.
like everyone's trying to beat each other earlier, so
Yeah.
that like really you can get online and get deals for months.
Yeah. Well, it's just like
It's not a big deal anymore.
All right. Well, we're losing our sunlight here, and I'm in the shade now, and I know you really enjoyed wanting to come out here and just sit in the sun. So
This is lovely.
this is the video today. We thank you guys for stopping by and watching. We want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I know
have a wonderful holiday season in general.
Yeah, I know it was yesterday or potentially several days ago, depending on when this video goes out.
But we're still celebrating. We're still
Yeah.
chomping on some turkey leftovers and getting a spoonful of cold stuffing out of the fridge when no one's looking at 1 a.m. because we're a fatty. So you're enjoying it.
All right.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next
Can you
video.
turkey gobble?
Is that good?
Yep. Like and subscribe.
All right.
We'll see you next time. Joe and Tell.